Mastery quiz number 11. In Mastery quiz number 11, you are going to have to know the probability rules and then be able to do some simple probability with various situations. We'll go over the 5 probability rules, then we will do 2 different scenarios with probability. All right, rule number 1. You need to remember that the probability of any event should be from 0 to 1. Probabilities can't be less than 0 or bigger than 1. Okay, if something cannot happen, it would be 0. If something definitely will happen, the probability is 1. So there's rule number 1. Memorize it. Rule number 2 looks like that. It states that the sum of all the probabilities in a sample space equals 1. So if you take all of the situations that could happen and their probabilities, if you add them up, they must add up to 1. Rule number 3. If you have the probability of an event A or B, also written as the probability of A plus the probability of B. Now, there is another way that you could see this. This could also be written as P parentheses A with the upside down, looks like a big U, B. That also means OR. Okay, what is this? If two events are disjoint, then you can add them together. Disjoint is also known as mutually exclusive. Okay, they have no outcomes in common and so can never happen at the same time. For example, if you flip a coin, you cannot have it land on heads. It cannot land on tails at the same time. Those are mutually exclusive. All right, moving on. Rule number 4 is the complement rule. That's what this little c right here is saying. Complement. Okay, that's where you take 1 minus the probability that the event does occur. If an event A is the event, that A does not occur. That is the complement. All right. Look at your green worksheet for more examples of that. Rule number 5, the probability of A and B. That's where we're going to multiply them together. So if two events are independent, the events A and B can be multiplied together. Now remember, this could also be written as the probability of A. Okay, this looks like a big fat upside down U, which stands for and B. So those are the 5 rules that you need to remember. All right, now we're going to look at two types of problems that you might end up seeing, or you will end up seeing these. Okay, the first one, if you flip a coin 4 times, how many different outcomes are there? Well, I'm going to make 4 spaces. Okay, this is going with the counting rule. Okay, so you flip a coin, there are 2 possibilities on the first flip. There are 2 possibilities on the second flip. There are 2 possibilities on the third flip. And there are 2 possibilities on the fourth flip. So how many outcomes are there? This is where we multiply, the multiplication rule. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. There are a possibility of 16. Now, list all of the possible outcomes. Okay, this could take a little bit of time. So there are 16 of them. So I'm going to start by listing all the heads. Heads, 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 heads. I'm going to list all the tails. Tails, 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 tails. Okay, that was easy. Now I'm going to do all of the possibilities where only one head occurred. So heads, tails, 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 heads, tails, 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 heads, tails. One more, tails, 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 heads. Okay, look at the pattern. Look at how I did that. Okay, that makes it pretty easy. Okay, now I'm going to do it where there are two heads. So heads, heads, tails, tails. Now I'm going to move the first or the second one over. So heads, tails, heads, tails. Now I'm going to move the second one over again. Heads, tails, tails, heads. Okay, but I'm not done. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and move the H over, this H right here, the first one. So I'm going to write tails, heads, then I'm going to write heads again, tails. Okay, then I'm going to rewrite this again with tails, tails, heads, heads. Okay, and I've got one, let's see. All right, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I have 5 more to go. Okay, there's one more in here where I have to have two heads. So we got heads, heads here, heads, heads. Okay, heads there. All right. I'm missing one, and it would be tails, heads, tails, heads. Okay, so those are all the possibilities with two tails and two heads. Now I'm going to do one tail. So we've got tail, heads, 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 tails, heads, 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 tail, heads, and heads, 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 tails. All right, I should have 16. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 outcomes. Okay, if you miss some, it's going to be kind of hard to answer the next question. What is the probability of flipping only one tail? Okay, I'm going to mark those. One tail. One tail. That would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. So 4 out of 16, which reduces to 1/4. What is the probability of flipping two tails? Okay, let me switch colors. Two tails. Well, two tails, that'd be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. That would be 6 out of 16, which reduces to 3 out of 8. All right, one more scenario. If you spin the spinner twice, how many different outcomes are there? All right, well, we have red, orange, purple, yellow, green, and they are all the same size. So each has an equally likely chance of happening. So we're going to spin the spinner twice. Okay, first spin. There are 5 possibilities. Second spin. There are 5 possibilities. So 5 times 5 is 25. Uh-oh, list out all the possibilities. So I got to think of 25 of them. Okay, well, I'm going to start with red. Okay, I'm going to use R for red, O for orange, P for purple, Y for yellow, G for green. So red, 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 orange, red, purple, red, yellow, red, green. Okay, so that's when the first spin is red. Now I'm going to go do the orange. Okay, let me color code this if I can. So I'm going to go orange, 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 purple, orange, yellow, orange, green, orange, red. Okay, the next one is, I'm going to start with purple. So I'm going to go purple, 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 yellow, purple, green, purple, red, purple, orange. Okay, it's not so bad. The next one is yellow. This may not show up very well. Yellow, 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 green, yellow, red, yellow, orange, yellow, purple. Okay, I have one more. That would be the green. Okay, green, 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 red, green, orange, green, purple, green, yellow. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, that was easy. What is the probability of spinning red on the second spin? All right, well, I'm going to circle those. Red on the second spin. So here's red on the second spin. 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 And here is red on the second spin. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 25, or 1/5. All right, and then the last one, what's the probability of spinning the same color? Okay, well, that would be red, red. That would be orange, orange. That would be purple, purple. That would be yellow, yellow. And that would be green, green. So again, that is 5 out of 25, or 1/5. All right, that is Mastery Quiz number 11 on a little bit of probability. Good luck.